I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't That's why I spend my life.
Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stirs. You're here for hot tea. All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only. So we are going to continue to talk about Mel's year of vindication. There was an article that was released, and shout out to the Money Making Melody fan page. Y'all know that's one of my favorite fan pages. They posted this in their story, and so I went and checked out the article. And in my opinion, I think it's pretty interesting, and it pretty much sums up what everybody have been talking about. And I also want to talk about some of the ratings, because yes, the ratings are down, but does that mean the ratings are down because people are blacking out, or does that mean the ratings are down because people are watching sports, like Marceau has said? I have noticed that Mel has not promoted Love and Marriage Huntsville in any way, shape, or form, and they seemingly are minimalizing their role in Martell's abuse shown in this show. And Martell is absolutely abusive, and I think people are tired of seeing that, and they are tired of people playing the blame game and not being logical. It's clear as day that there is some type of alliance, and for whatever reason, it seems like Carlos and the producers are intentionally not hearing what the fans are saying out of ego, or maybe it's just a Carlos thing, but people have expressed their concerns, and he has said on a number of occasions he doesn't care what people want him to talk about. He doesn't care what people want him to do. He wants to do what he wants to do. And to me, it seems like he is intentionally doing the opposite of what fans are asking for his ego, when in reality, people aren't trying to tell them what to do. But I think they assume that we are trying to tell them what to do, but it's whatever. If they want to continue to display the abuse and support it, that's on them. So the ratings have come in for, and I thought this was season 7, but it says season 8, and they aren't at their lowest ratings. So the first episode did come in at 278,000 views, and the second episode came in at 323,000 views. So people are watching the show, but are they as much engaged with the show as they once were? No. And why do you think that is? I think that's because they are not closing out any of these stories, and all of these stories are seemingly fabricated and to keep up with the facade. I.e., Letitia claiming that she is pregnant knowing that we have filmed her husband getting a vasectomy behind her back. Or the fact that Kimmy tried to say that she never intervened in Maurice's marriage with his ex-wife, just to turn around in season 6 and say that they were still together or they were dealing with each other before he signed his divorce papers. I think that's a big deal. But my point is, they never actually conclude any of these stories or follow the stories appropriately, in my opinion. The highest rated seasons were season 5 and season 4, because it seemed like the stories were trucking along and we were getting somewhere. But these are just the high rankings for the first few episodes. Of course, the season always fluctuate based on, in my opinion, the previews, the trailers, what's going on in the moments. But are the ratings down? Yes, the ratings are absolutely down, because they are supposed to still be going up. They went from having their highest ratings in season 4 and 5, and now they're going back down, or seemingly stagnant in the 200 and 300,000 mark, when they should have been focusing on 700,000 to a mil. And maybe they will be getting those ratings this season. I don't not want that, because at the end of the day, it's Mel's show, but I want them to follow these stories better and give us better stories, and kick Martell off the show. Why is he on the show? What's the issue about the millimeters? Why do they keep bringing up the millimeters as if Love and Marriage Huntsville isn't a very niche with a stan type of fan base? And these people have invested their time and energy in watching the show, so whether they like like it or not, this is the type of fan base that they have, and it's not just one select group of people. So to see them still not follow their stories, ride the coattail of Mel and Martell's story, while still supporting an abuser, while seemingly trying to blame her yet again for something that is out of her control, because these are things that we've already seen. So now I feel like they're rewriting the script, but coming from a different angle. There was an article posted on Colander, and it says Vladimir Huntsville is too toxic to watch. They more so posed it as a question: is Vladimir Huntsville too toxic to watch? It also states Huntsville is on a self-destructive trajectory that shows toxicity in every relationships on the show. This is a quick read, but let's get into it. It says reality TV has a notorious reputation for destroying marriages. Most marriages showcased on reality TV suffer some type of betrayal or heartbreak to the dismay or entertainment of their television audience. Love and Marriage Huntsville fans have witnessed one marriage destroyed and several others are in turmoil. Love and Marriage Huntsville debut season focused on the breakdown of the principal couple marriage, initially pitched as an opportunity to showcase Black excellence and promote entrepreneurship. It was painfully clear during the first season that the breakdown of the ultimate power couple, Martell and Melody, was the tea Carlos was serving audiences to keep them connected to the new franchise. 8 seasons after the show was introduced as an opportunity for fans of the Oprah Winfrey Network to see Black couples working together to achieve wealth through entrepreneurship, the reputation of the series has suffered tremendously from being rooted in toxicity, and it seems to be getting worse. Sidebar, my husband likes to call it the Observing Women's Neglect Network. It states over the 4 seasons, the principal couple's divorce took center stage. Melody and Martell Holt were aesthetic perfection with their adorable children, HBCU background, and small business mindset. Partnering in a real estate investment and construction company titled Holt & Holt, the couple embodied in hashtag relationship goals. Their good looks and picture-perfect family weren't able to resonate with the audience long before it was clear there was underlying rift in their marriage. Melody's accusations of infidelity presented early in the first season were proven over upcoming episodes as the family attempted to survive despite a cheating husband and a very unsatisfied wife. If there were fans that wanted to root for Black love, their hopes were dashed when Martell's philandering ways were co-signed by the birth of a baby boy with his mistress. The scandal was too big for the show and spilled over to the blog site, social media platforms, the urban news during the off-season. Bloggers worked tirelessly to uncover the infidelity or the identity of Martell's mystery side chick, and the lifeblood of the show became the dysfunction. If Love and Marriage Huntsville audiences thought they were finished with the drama between Melody and Martell, they were disappointed when season 6 opened with Martell being arrested for a text message to Melody. And it's not season 6, it's season 7. It's not season 8, but people are saying season 8. People don't really know because the numbers are all over the place on every different platform. It says Martell's arrest and Melody's dramatic scene with 2 security guards protecting her property worked to provide proof that she was truly afraid of Martell retaliating after being jailed for domestic threats. The threats were defined as text messages he sent Melody in 2022 with 4 children between them. The Holts have continued to sling mud back and forth, culminating in Martell threatening revenge P and Melody filing a police report have Martell arrested on domestic threats. It also states initially the couple's drama kept audiences engaged as they struggled to digest the reality of the illegitimate child being born to a married reality star. But as the years have gone by, fans of the show have grown tired of the back and forth in the presence of a minor. It states the remaining 4 couples, Big Titty and Thick Tongue, and Libido and Cancer Hunter, fought unsuccessfully to keep the poison from the Holtz marriage from speeding into their own marital dynamics. In the first season of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Maurice and Kimmy acknowledged issues with the mother of Maurice's son. The uncomfortable relationship came to a head when the teenage boy relocated to live full-time with Maurice and his stepmother. It states, Maurice's ex accused Kimmy of being his side chick during the marriage and the major reason for their divorce. Kimmy vehemently denied the accusations, refusing to wear the infamous label of a homewrecker. Not long after the couple made peace, Maurice's ex-wife, they learned Kimmy was dealing with breast cancer. Unfortunately, Maurice showed himself to be a self-centered husband, complaining about needing more eggs as his wife struggled through chemotherapy and then remission. After seeing him on television, Maurice acknowledged he looked bad and offered a televised apology to his wife during the reunion, but fans hadn't forgotten his insolence during that time or during what had to be one of the hardest challenges of her life. For Maurice to claim to love his wife but insist his needs for X outweighed her emotional and mental well-being after a cancer diagnosis rendered audiences skeptical about his character and ability to be a long-term supportive husband. Fellow contractors Marceau and Letitia Scott marriage was under fire soon after Martell's infidelity was exposed. Both Martell and Melody insinuated in various ways that Marceau had been unfaithful to his wife, much like Martell. Rumors swirled around Huntsville and found their way to YouTube and Instagram, blogs with gossips about Marceau's suggested mistress and inappropriate behavior. It says Marceau and Letitia pushed forward season after season, working diligently to avoid confronting the rumors of infidelity. In season 5, Letitia claimed that she needed to take a pregnancy test after having pregnancy-like symptoms, even though she knew her husband had a vasectomy years ago. Audiences called BS on the storyline that suggested infidelity on Letitia's part, whether she was faking the test or not. The Scotts' marriage was clearly on a shaky ground. Letitia's cousin, Kiki Jabbar, accused her of knowing Marceau was a cheater and insisted on turning a blind eye to keep her marriage intact. Angry with Letitia for not acknowledging what she felt to be true and filled with jealousy over her cousin's upper middle class lifestyle, Kiki threw a cup of water in her cousin's face at a barbecue. Needless to say, the cousins' relationship was severed, possibly indefinitely, adding Letitia and Kiki to the long list of friends that have ended since the show premiered. Marriages aren't usually considered sacred on a reality television show, but usually parents and children are off limits. Once again, Love and Marriage Huntsville proves to go against the grain, as parents have been an active point of contention on the show. Letitia's mother, aka Miss Wanda, was a force to be reckoned with because of her reckless mouth and unapologetic dislike for her son-in-law. Miss Wanda was prepared to use her words and her fist on the show and was eventually removed from the cast for getting into an altercation. Melody and Stormy Steele's mother have both slung mud at the cast members and participated in divisive storylines, which I disagree with, but we're gonna let you slide, boo. We just reading. Destiny Payton joined Love and Marriage Huntsville as a friend of Melody years ago because the only person that was slinging mud was Stormy Mammy. But anyways, married with a baby on the way, she was a bit of a mystery to audiences because her husband was not an active member on the show. Destiny chose to keep her marital woes to herself and went through a divorce immediately after her son's birth on the show. Her decision to remain mum on her personal struggles resulted in her being asked to leave the show. Destiny took the hit on the chin but stayed in close contact with with the cast. This season, she reappeared, divorced with a new ex, new drama. The man she dated after going through her divorce was the love of her life until they went through a breakup, and she started dating one of the producers from the show, or he started dating one of the producers from the show. Carlos immediately gave Destiny a contract to return to the show to share this new messy love triangle, and she, of course, jumped on at the chance. It states Destiny comeback scene for season 6 detailed her explaining to Letitia how her producer Sonny listened to her talk about Moses and then later connected and ultimately married him. Later in the premiere of season 8, Carlos brought out his former producer and Destiny's ex to sip tea on stage with Melody at live taping for his podcast Reality with the King. Season 5 was practically toxic, not just for the primary cast, but secondary cast members struggle with the culture of the show also. Tiffany and Louis Whitlow joined the cast 3 seasons ago, but fans were never welcoming to the newlyweds. Tiffany struggled with playing the villain role, but seemed primed for it. During their time on the show, they pointed fingers at the other couples, accusing them of being in dysfunctional relationships. Ultimately, after having her son, Tiffany decided the pressure from the show was too much for her to bear. The couple announced that they were leaving the show season 7 to protect the care of for the care of their mental health. Besides the divorces, side chicks, illegitimate children, arrests, broken friendships, mental health risk, and even familial and production relationships on the show have been all but destroyed. It seems clear that any type of relationships brought to Carlos King's Huntsville, Alabama series will be mercilessly tired and tested at bare minimum. But judging from the last few years, it's clear that any form of connection can and will be served if introduced on the show. The only relationship that hasn't completely been severed is the one between Love and Marriage Huntsville and its loyal viewers. If the show continues down this path, it's quite possible fans will lose interest in the show because of its lack of balance and substance. Y'all get in the comment section and y'all let me know what you think about this article. I think that they have a lot of great points when it comes to this article, and I do think people are tired of not really getting any substance, because the show was substance built. It was built based on providing substance, so there's a specific crowd that they market it to. So I think they should get back on track, but I don't know. Y'all let me know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you guys are up to date each and every time that I upload.
Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place, 'cause the love you give, you can't
In the case of anybody.
That's why I spend my life